Hello there once again, guys. Today, I wanted to talk about a topic which some people may find quite controversial, and I myself still don't know where I sit on this fence. So if there's anything you disagree with, feel free to leave a comment and I will respond to it. This video will lean quite heavily into my theological beliefs, however, even if you don't hold any yourself, stick around because this still could be quite interesting. As per the title of the video, I will be talking about Halloween. It's been on my mind a lot lately, obviously with it being tomorrow and Instagram leaning heavily towards it. Luckily, my feed has given me quite a few points of view such as secular, Christian for and Christian against, which I'll cover now. Firstly, I think that it's important to understand the origins of Halloween, as this will provide a good base to build arguments on. I'll provide an overview, as this could easily take up an entire video alone. Halloween's roots are widely debated, with similar customs seen in both pagan, Gaelic and early Christian celebrations. In Christianity, roots can be seen through the celebration of All Hallowtide, the celebration encompassing All Hallows Eve, the 31st of October, All Hallows Day, the 1st of November, and All Souls Day, the 2nd of November. This originated in the early days of the Church, when the Church deemed it right to remember the dead, martyrs, and saints. This likely would have been the result of mass Christian persecution in the Roman Empire, as apparently after this mass persecution, there were more martyrs than days of the year, so a day was set aside, All Hallows Day, to remember all the martyrs, and then All Souls Day to remember the other dead. It was believed that the dead souls wandered the earth, some seeking vengeance before moving on to the next world. This is actually where costume wearing appeared, because of two different theories. One was that the act of wearing a mask and costume would mean the vengeful souls couldn't recognize their targets, and so leave without harming anyone. The other is that few churches had enough money to commemorate these spirits, so people would dress up as said spirits in an act of remembrance. In pagan Gaelic tradition, origins are linked to the festival of Samhain. In their culture, this day marked the end of the harvest season, and the entry into the darker half of the year, where the boundary between the physical and spiritual worlds thinned, allowing spirits to enter, such as the famed Gaelic fairies. On this night, food and drink would be left out to appease these spirits, followed by games and drinking. This tradition seems a lot more spiritual than the Christian one, as there were elements like using fire to ward off evil spirits, with their ash deemed to provide protection. This festival later included something called mumming or guising, where people would go round houses pretending to be these spirits, and recite songs in exchange for food. Obviously, this seems like a route for trick-or-treating. Even after that, I'm reluctant to say whether Halloween is a pagan or Christian tradition, as it seems to inherit traits from both. I guess what I'd say is that it seems to be a combination of the two traditions. I have no doubt that there are events in other cultures which are similar to this, but these were the cultures which I could find the most information on. Of course, the major secular argument is that nowadays, Halloween holds no actual roots with the spiritual side, and is purely a time of the year for kids to dress up in funny costumes and collect sweets and chocolate from neighbors. It could even be argued that people who judge Halloween based on its origins are guilty of the genetic fallacy: you cannot judge a thing based on its origins. I think both of these are very valid points and quite difficult to disagree with. This is the side which I fell on when I was younger, often asking if I could go out trick-or-treating to get sweets. Because of course, at that age your only concern as a young Christian is the amount of sweets and chocolates which you're missing out on. However, it would be stupid to not consider the more spiritual implications of Halloween. A lot of my information here is coming from Rian Swigala, a former leader of the South African Satanic Church before converting to Christianity in 2022 after an encounter with Jesus. I trust him as he is one of the most direct insights into that kind of activity, as long as he is telling the truth. You should check him out, he's got a lot of interesting stuff to say. He says that Halloween is the highest and most important night on the satanic calendar, where there is the most human sacrifice globally. That houses which celebrate Halloween in an area or neighborhood set up a kind of spiritual perimeter, where anyone Christian or non-Christian who welcomes Halloween is affected by paranormal activity. When I heard that, it gave me the chills. When I did more research, I found an interesting fact, that the devil, demons, spirits, whatever you want to call them, only require participation, not permission. I'm not gonna lie, I think finding that fact is going to change what I do for the rest of my life. It shows that the pure act of participation is enough for the bad to get a hold. It's scary. I've done many things in my life where I've gone, yeah, it's not godly, but I'll do it anyway because no harm done, right? Overall, I would say that my opinion has changed after doing this research. The verse of the day yesterday, Philippians 4 verse 8, heavily inspired me to make this video, and I think is overall one of my favorite verses to live by. I think that Halloween is neither true, nor noble, nor right, nor pure, nor lovely, praiseworthy, or admirable. Therefore, I'd say that for me, it's not the type of thing that I want to associate with, especially after learning about the participation thing. Another important note I would say, is with anything, to ask yourself, does doing this make me want to be closer to God? If the answer is no, then I would again be disinclined to participate. I think this links well with 1 Corinthians 10 verse 23, another one of my favorite verses. As for Halloween's roots, I would say that ignoring the very reasons as to why it exists would be silly. Because of its integration with pagan, Gaelic tradition and importance on the satanic calendar, I would again want to steer clear as I don't want to associate with anything vaguely demonic. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or disagreements or more arguments, then please leave a comment for me to respond to. I'd love to. If not, see you in the next video.